Okay, well, we had to cut things off for a commercial break, even though I didn't really want to, but we will now continue with the game. I had $2,400 earlier, but unfortunately, I've given it all back in a string of incorrect answers, and Franklin Roosevelt was who we needed.
In 1609, this captain was injured in a gunpowder explosion and lost his leadership role in Jamestown. Okay, player one.
Please let this be right. Who is John Smith?
Yes.
Thank you.
Player one, you start us.
Classic novel spoilers, 200.
Swiss scientist creates monster that craves bride. Scientist makes and destroys bride. Scientist dies. Monster mourns. Let's hear it, player one.
What is Frankenstein?
Good. You again. Raskolnikov murders an old woman. Raskolnikov confesses and is sentenced to 8 years in Siberia. Okay, player one.
What is Crime and Punishment?
Good. Player
600.
one. Constance marries paralyzed Sir Clifford, has an affair with the gamekeeper, gets pregnant, awaits divorce and new life. Okay, player one.
What is Lady Chatterley's lover?
Right.
There we go, I'm back in the lead. Class novel spoilers, 800. Answer. Daily double.
Answer.
Alright, I just retook the lead.
And you have the lead.
And I'm going to risk 1,800 on this clue.
All right, here's your clue. Heathcliff is raised in the Earnshaw home. Falls for Kathy. Love thwarted. Both die.
What is Pride and Prejudice?
Okay.
No.
Here's the correct response. Wuthering
Heights. I risked too much on that one.
Select again. Itinerant workers George and Lenny dream of owning a ranch. Lenny accidentally kills a girl. George kills Lenny.
If only this one had been the daily double. What is Of Mice and Men?
That's it. Player one, choose again.
19th century medicine,
In
200.
1885, the first successful vaccine for this was tested on a boy who had been bitten by a dog. It's
What
player
is
one.
rabies?
That's it. Player one. The invention of the ophthalmoscope in 1851 by Hermann von Helmholtz aided inspection of this body part. Here's the response.
And that body
we're
part?
looking for. The eye.
The eye.
Please pick again.
Architecture for
Player
6.
one. Brutalism is a style originated by Le Corbusier that mainly uses big chunks of this material. The correct response is concrete. We return. In 1865, Joseph Lister began using carbolic acid as this, from the Latin for against putrefaction. Let's hear it, player one.
What is antiseptic?
Yep.
And I'm back in the lead again.
Please pick again.
19th century medicine for 800.
In 1852, George Kamen gave physicians a new version of this instrument, whose name is from the Greek for chest. Yes, player one.
What is stethoscope?
That's correct.
Alright, 19th century medicine for 1,000.
Player one. This German's discovery of X-rays in 1895 had visible effects in diagnosing medical problems. It's player one.
Who's Röntgen?
Yep.
Alright. Architecture
Select again.
for 800.
According to one grisly legend, this Tsar blinded the architects of Moscow's St. Basil's Cathedral. It's player two.
Who is Ivan the Terrible? Yes. Alright, let's take a look at our
Now,
last clue for
$1,000.
$1,000.
And I'll hand it off to Sarah.
This low wall around the edge of a castle roof was designed to protect soldiers from falling off.
Here's the response we were looking for. Parapet.
Parapet was what we needed. Alright, at the end of that round, player 3 sits in third place with $1,000, and that means she'll make our first selection in the Double Jeopardy round. Let's get into that round right now, shall we?
And have 2 daily doubles awaiting you in these categories.
In the categories?
Yo, Holmes.
Yo, Holmes.
Convert from
Convert
the
from the
Roman
Roman
numeral.
numeral.
World history.
World history.
Broadway,
Broadway
debuts.
debuts.
In the neck.
In the neck, and finally,
And A in geography.
A in geography.
Where do we
Quotation
begin,
marks.
player 3?
World history for
In
400.
1071, the Seljuk Turks, who practiced this religion, defeated the Byzantine army at the Battle of Manzikert. Player 1?
What is Islam?
That's correct.
A in geography for
A
400.
lot of clues, a lot of... This ancient city is the capital of Greece.
What is Athens?
Let's hear it, player 1.
A in geography 800.
All right, here with the clue is Jimmy.
It's the name of the island seen here, mate.
What is
Yes, player
Australia?
That is correct.
Alright, 1200.
Player 1. Mont Blanc is the highest peak in these mountains. Here's what we were looking for. The Alps.
16.
We return.
Answer. Daily double.
Answer. The first of the daily doubles. You are in the lead right now. Player 1.
Alright, let's go for
Select your
2400.
Okay, here is the clue. Kabul is its capital.
What is Afghanistan?
Congratulations, you're still
Up to
first.
$8,000.
Selecting. Known to the Romans as Numidia, it borders the Mediterranean. Here's the correct response. Algeria.
Algeria was what we needed.
Player 1, back to you.
Okay, convert from the Roman numeral for
The
400.
notation on a letter or email to note other recipients has this numerical equivalent. Here's the correct response. 200.
200.
Please pick again.
Broadway debuts for 4.
He made his debut as Katharine Hepburn's grandson in A Matter of Gravity, before flying high as Superman. Player 1,
Who's Christopher Reeve?
you got it.
Broadway debuts 800.
Player 1. In 1995, Jolie Fisher made her Broadway debut as Rizzo in this musical. It's the word.
What is Greece?
Let's hear it, Player 1. You are correct.
Broadway debuts for 1200.
Player 1. In 1999, Susan Lucci took aim at Broadway and made her debut as the title gal in this musical. Here's the correct response. Annie, get your gun.
And you get your gun was what we needed.
Please pick
In the
again,
neck for
Player
400.
1. Curly made his woo-woos and nyuk-nyuks in this hollow chamber, also called the voice box. Yes, Player 1?
Where is the larynx?
That's correct.
Okay. In the neck for 800.
Player 1. In emergencies, this neck operation may be performed with a penknife and the empty shell of a pen. It's
Player
player
3.
3.
Was
Good for you.
Trek Autonomy. Yep, that's right.
You're in command of the board.
Yo
as we
Holmes for
continue.
4.
This dogged Sherlock Holmes novel was published in 1902. Okay, player one.
What is Hound of the Baskervilles?
You are correct.
Holmes for 800.
A lot of the Napoleon of crime. He attempts to kill Holmes at Reichenbach Falls. Let's hear it, player one.
Who is Professor Moriarty?
You are correct. You again,
Holmes
player.
1200.
It's the great detective's London address. Okay, player one.
What is 221B Baker Street?
That's correct.
Holmes for 1600.
You again. In an 1891 story, Holmes solves a mystery concerning a league of men with hair of this color. It's player three.
What is red? Yeah. In second
Player
place,
three. You start us
Joe
off.
Holmes for 2000.
Holmes is outwitted by a woman in a scandal in this Central European kingdom. Yes, player one.
What is Bohemia?
Good.
Okay, up to 14,000.
Where do we begin?
Broadway
player
debuts
one?
for 16.
He made his debut starring opposite Natasha Richardson in Anna Christie. They were married soon after. Okay, player three.
Who is Liam Neeson? You're right. Up to 5,000 for you.
Okay, let's get back into this. Player three, you
Debuts
make
for
the next
12
selection.
2000.
In 2006, in her first big project since giving birth to twins, she starred on Broadway in 3 Days of Rain. Player two.
Who is Julia Roberts?
Yes.
Right.
Player two, make a selection, please, as we
Roman
continue.
numeral
The
800.
Minnesota company with brands like Post-it, Scotch, and Filtrete gets this big value. Let's hear it, player one.
What is 3,000?
Right you are.
Okay.
Player one, start us.
What is 3,800?
An economic crisis forced this Indonesian leader to resign on May 21st, 1998, ending 32 years of autocratic rule. Player three,
Who is Kim Il-sung? No, that's wrong.
anyone else? Here's the correct response. Suharto.
Suharto is what we needed.
You again, player one.
In the neck for 12.
These arteries carry blood to the head. A blockage in one may lead to an ischemic stroke. Let's hear it, player one.
What are the cerebral arteries?
Sorry, that's
No,
wrong.
it's not the cerebral arteries.
Any other takers? The correct response is the carotid
The
arteries.
carotid arteries.
You again, player one. This
16.
gland makes its hormones by combining iodine with the amino acid tyrosine. It's player two.
What is the thyroid gland? Yeah. And you're up to
Player
6,400.
two. You start us off.
Finishing in the neck.
About 10 inches long, it passes through the neck and goes past the heart, through the diaphragm, and into the stomach. Player one,
What is the esophagus?
that is correct.
Yeah.
Player one,
What is 3
start
for
us.
1,200?
Let's get Jimmy's assistance on this clue.
A 1980 strike at this Gdansk shipyard led to the formation of this labor union. Within months, it represented 10 million Polish workers.
Player one,
What is the Federation of Laborers?
that's not it.
Nope.
Anyone else? Here's what we were looking for. Solidarity. You get to pick again.
Most
player
316.
one.
The answer there, the other daily double.
Answer. The other daily double.
Alright, I have a 50% success rate with these daily doubles. I will go for 3,600, please. So bring me to 18,000 if I'm right. Here is the clue.
This king of Aragon freed the Catalan serfs in 1486 and captured Granada in 1492.
Who is Ferdinand?
That puts you...
Yeah, Ferdinand Magellan. Up to $18,000, and we have 4 clues left. World history for 2,000.
Around 2500 BC, the Harappan civilization sprung up around this river in Pakistan and northwestern India. Here's the correct response. The Indus.
The Indus.
Layer 1. Choose again.
Roman numeral for 12.
The postal abbreviation of the state whose capital is Annapolis equals this quantity. The correct response is 1,500. Layer 1. Choose again.
1600.
The Norwegian angel Miss Ullmann. Numerically. Let's hear it, Layer 2.
Miss 36?
No. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the correct response. 54.
54 was the number that we needed.
And
Alright,
now
let's
the
take our last
$2,000
clue of this round.
The last name of silent movie cowboy star Tom has this value. Here's the correct response. 1,009.
1,009 was what we
I'll see you
needed.
all for final Jeopardy.
Alright,
in just a
18,000 for me, 4,800 for player 2, and 4,200 for player
moment. Final
3.
Jeopardy round
And
here
this
for you.
category
Today
played
features
Final Jeopardy.
This category.
Authors.
So, what's your wager?
I'm not going to risk anything.
Alright,
here's our
this
Final
is what
Jeopardy
it comes
answer
down
for
to. Here is the Final Jeopardy clue. Chapters in a 1914 novel by this author include Jungle Battles, His Own Kind, and The Call of the Primitive.
I'll say, who is Rudyard Kipling?
And your response?
And she said, who's Jack?
Oh.
That is incorrect. You're gonna lose 605. That takes you to
What did you put as your
35.95.
response?
You said Edgar Rice Burroughs.
And this correct
And
response?
that is right.
How much to your score?
At 800, that'll take you to
Did you come up with the
5,600.
correct response?
Now, I originally said Jack London,
And that
changed it to Rudyard Kipling, and that, of course, is incorrect.
You've come out
But it didn't cost me anything, so I saved $18,000, and now I have a 2-day total of $44,000. And we'll see you next time on Jeopardy!